Hey ho, we got the CCM EFlex III line today. We're going to talk about it. I'm Wack from Pure Goalie.
I'm Lee from Pure Goalie.
Check it out, stay tuned. Speed in the crease is the mantra that CCM's kind of going with, and the whole idea is we want to get quicker. Every nanosecond counts. Every little fiber counts. How can we make ourselves quicker in the crease? Three things that stand out with the new EFlex III line is their speed skin technology, their QK5 strapping, and their what they call their OWD, which is their optimized weight distribution in terms of the way that the core of the pad is balanced out. This was a line that both he and I were extremely excited about. First impressions.
Super excited. It was a great build-off of the original EFlex 2s. They were hugely popular. You saw a ton of guys going to them. This is a huge improvement. Dramatically changed the weight. It's noticeable. You pick this pad up, it's like, it's unreal. It's really nice.
A lot of things with CCM lines in general, the popularity is pretty widespread and it's obvious, but it's not always the lightest gear. This line is noticeably lighter. You pick it up, it's a lighter pad. It feels better in the hand. It just feels better on the leg. It has inherently better feel, which is tough to kind of quantify in spec and tech, but the pad actually feels better. The speed skin material is this really interesting embossing that they put on the PU leather, that Clarino synthetic leather we always talk about. It has kind of the matte look of a matte synthetic leather, but it has this added texture like those old baseball cards that
the
you kind of like you see the guy swinging through, and if you turn it a couple ways, it's the same sort of feel. You could scratch your fingernail on it. The emphasis is it is a little bit quicker in terms of how it slides on the ice.
Definitely, it's almost like sliding on barbells. You know, that little kind of edge you get by, you know, that nice smooth transition. Like you didn't get any drag, or, you know, the big thing you worry about is when you make that push, am I going to get there? I got there.
Yep. It's
No issue.
Their stock setup comes with what they call their QK5 strapping. Basically, they've taken some of the properties you see in the Premier line. They've minimized the elastic calf strap. You still have your landing Velcro kind of diagonally on the outer calf wrap as well. But a cool thing they did, which is, it's not sexy to talk about, but they've got a leather-esque looking strap, but it's this composite material, this almost nylon material. It's not gonna bag out or sag out like leather. It has a lot less weight than leather. Comes in your standard leather colors that you would want. But basically you've got two of these kind of behind the calf area where a lot of the action and the vocabulary is happening for you to drive that pad and seal it quickly. You've got an adjustable and removable boot strap. Lee brought up a great point I didn't even think of. There was that happening on the previous rendition. That buckle would actually pull out of that sleeve down near your boot strap. They put like a...
Instead of it being one leather tab, it's now the buckle with the QK5 hybrid attached to almost like a piece of plastic, where you can wrench on that strap and it's not going anywhere. So that's I think a huge improvement. Just seeing guys, you know, again, a lot of guys are moving away from the boot strap. Right. Not a bad thing, but it's a nice thing that if you do have it, you're locked in.
You have that option. So with the leg channel, the big difference is it's a lot cleaner. They've done away with the lace grid. No more thigh wraps, no more so-so designs. We see it industry-wide. It's a much cleaner leg channel and knee cradle, nice and wide that you'd expect from the Lefebvre family, laced in outer knee cradle flap. You've got a tight kind of fit, mid-tight leg channel.
Yep, the calf wrap was great. It was a little bit lower on the calf than we noticed from earlier models. You know, getting into that RVH had no issues where it didn't feel like it was binding up or kind of just getting in the way. You didn't have to wait for that piece of foam to soften up. Sure. It felt really nice because it just sat kind of nice and low, really kind of put that strapping, focusing on just kind of grabbing you where it needs to and not being all over the place.
Yeah, we're talking about reverse and loading up in that tight dead angle position. It's awkward to begin with. It's a flexibility issue. The last thing you want is anything on your actual pad to be any sort of inhibiting you in any way, shape, or form. Easy breezy to get in and out and load up. What good is that if you can't get out of it? The CCM pads are kind of chunky. That's sometimes the word I hear. They've thinned out the profile noticeably from the knee up, kind of taking that influence from the Premier line. What did you find in terms of interference when you're dropping down into the butterfly, so on and so forth?
It was definitely easier. Yep. Dropping down, again, you didn't have that, you know, two tops fighting for, you know, who's going to be in first, you know. It seamed up really well. You know, you get that nice kind of curvature as you're playing. definitely notice a little bit, thinner profile.
Sure. Yeah, they call it a pre-curved profile, but it has more of a straight angle. Stock comes with a single brake below the knee, but again, you go custom, you can do a bunch of different things in terms of the chassis, how you want to tweak that. But that's also aiding to the density and the weight and the balance of the pad. You thin at the top, it kind of emphasizes where it needs to be below the knee, really, so you're not driving down so much excess weight from the knee up.
Thanks for checking out our video, guys. We appreciate it. We'll see you guys soon. Check us out at puregoalie.com.
Check us out at Pure Goalie on Facebook.
Instagram.
Instagram too, Twitter, we got it all. Check us out.
In store, check it out.
For Lee and Wack, thank you for watching.